it's the way you look in my eyes. How I feel is beyond words can describe. How you ignite this fire so deep inside. Got me hot like the summer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Speaking for Life with Tamara. Today, we are still continuing our conversation on Christmas in October, but today we're going to take a slight detour. Today, instead of talking about the children, we're going to talk about our moms. So if your children are spending Christmas with their grandparents or spending Christmas with their fathers, it is your turn for some fun and some relaxation. And don't worry, I got 3 price points, so everybody gets to have a little fun during the holidays. And they don't have to worry, Mom. You don't have to worry so much about, I don't have a lot of extra money. I got that. I took that into consideration. I know more than you think I know. So I didn't have a lot of discretionary money when Paige was young. As a matter of fact, most of the time it seemed like I was broke, but I forgot. We're not supposed to use that word. We're supposed to say the money was currently circulating out of our hands. Well, guess who had it? SCE, the gas bill, the water bill, and the mortgage. So that's okay. It took a long time for me to say, I have to have some time for myself. I never took time for myself. I took time for everybody else but me. All I wanted to do when she was younger was rest, because most of the time I was just tired. But I don't want you to do like I did. I don't want you to look up one day and say, wow, I wish I would have done so-and-so. This is the reason why I came up with this slight detour, so we can talk about moms, just to make sure you absolutely have a great time yourself for Christmas. So this is how we're going to do it. It is time for mom, while the kids are away, for the mom to play. So if you're busy, I thought of 3 different price points. We'll talk about option 1. This price point, funds are low. That was mine. This is the price point. I set the tone for pure enjoyment, even though I didn't have any extra funds. But this is what I did. Candles. First thing, I love candles. I love scents. By nature, I feel like I'm very central. So I like to touch, feel. I like to make sure that the atmosphere looks good. And I love to make sure everything smells good. But make sure when you buy candles, because if you're only going to buy one, make sure you get one that has 3 wicks. They always burn better to me. You get to experience them longer and you get your money's worth. So if you can, buy 3. Now look, you don't have to go. I know most of us go to Bath and Body. I do as well. But I have found great candles everywhere. I have been in Target, found some great candles. Matter of fact, I was there the other day, found some wonderful Christmas candles. I don't like the cinnamon. I don't like what is that, pumpkin smell? I don't like any of that. But I do love the ones that have a little, I guess they call it Christmas fir. They just smell very wonderful to me. So you can go to Target, you can go to Walmart. There's pretty much, if they got candles, they're everywhere. You can even go to Aldi's. I don't know where you are, but check all the stores that you go to. You can always find candles, and they don't have to be expensive. So that's one way. The second way, music. I have my YouTube playlist. So make sure that sometime before the holidays hit, Mom, create your own YouTube playlist. To me, I'm very old school. So Christmas doesn't start for me until I hear Donny Hathaway. Bottom line, this Christmas, when Steve Harvey, KJLH 102.3, when they play, because he's, we're in the same kind of bracket. When he plays this Christmas, I know it is time to start celebrating and pulling everything out. So make sure you get your playlist together. I got Donny Hathaway here. I got the OJs. I got Luther Vandross. I got Sounds of Blackness. I am ready to go. I am just ready because the music is key for me. And I like to make sure I have some music that, I can dance. If I'm by myself, because, my daughter doesn't think I can dance, but, I can do my thing when I want to. So I always got music on that just makes me move, make me want to, feel good. So do a music playlist. Number 3, did I hear little adult beverages? Now, a bottle of wine. Nice. Have one. Doesn't have to be expensive, but a bottle of wine. And if you don't partake in adult beverages, I love also, we get it in our house because Paige and I both love it. What is it, Martinelli? We either get apple cider or we get grape. But of course, I have to drink it in a nice wine glass. So if you're by yourself, just make sure that you have a beautiful wine glass. That's always nice. Food, nothing heavy. I just really wanted just the snacks. I didn't buy no big meals, or I wasn't in the kitchen. Listen, I go to the store and I would buy some cheese and crackers. I get some sausage, and then I already had me something to drink. Sometimes I would get me crab cakes. I get something simple, nothing heavy, not a lot, just something that I would just enjoy by myself with some peace. And what about some Christmas movies? If you have Netflix, wonderful, plenty of them. If you don't have Netflix, look and see if you have Hallmark or if you have Lifetime. Or some people may just even prefer a cooking channel, because they're gonna slam us with every kind of Christmas meal, holiday meal, decorations. So I know that's some people think. So look, I can't do it, but I love to sit at the table when they're cooking it. So if the holidays, if watching the food channel to, give you some ideas for some prepping some kind of food or to bake something different, it's just you get in the kitchen and throw your apron on and do your thing. Now, what about a comedy show? Tip of the day. If you're feeling down during the holiday, or just not even down during the holidays, just if you just have a moment, turn on some comedy. I mentioned that before because I think it is key. And it is something that I still do today. If something's just on my mind and I'm like, I can't figure this out, but I just need to walk away from it for a minute. They say that laughter can increase oxygen, endorphins, and improve your mood and reduce physical pain. I'm usually not in any kind of physical pain, but when my mind has a lot of things and I'm just like done, I don't want to deal with that anymore, move that out the way. I don't want to give it any time. I will watch Cat Williams. Okay, you guys watch who you want, but I'm just talking about some gut wrenching, some kind of laughing. It always does the trick. And look, just even when I'm walking, because I try to get in all my steps a day, 10 to 12,000 steps a day. Sometimes if I'm just like, I don't want to do this, but I know I need to get it done, I will put on a comedy. And I know people think I'm crazy because I am literally just busting up laughing while I'm walking. Now, maybe you just want to call a friend. So if I were you, because I know everybody's busy and people are, with their friends, with their partners or whatever. But if you're at home, I say put 3 people's names down. And just make sure, because if one of them is busy, you can call another. If that one is busy, you can call another, just to have some girl chat or some kind of chat, just to feel good. That way you kind of like, okay, I'm home by myself, I'm enjoying myself, but let me reach out to somebody that I want to talk to that's not kids language talking about toys. Now, that takes care of option one. It really, really works. I didn't, because I just made sure my surroundings and my environment was decorated for Christmas, and I make sure I had my smells. I made sure I have a water feature. I make sure that was on, and I make sure I can hear it. I have my music going. My candle is burning. It smells good. And I make sure, and one other thing too. I know sweats and everything are comfortable. Trust me, I got a lot of them. However, pick yourself up a little bit, because I was always told that when you pick yourself up a little, you don't have to put full makeup on if you're staying at home, but put a little something on it. So at least every time you pass a mirror or you pass the stove and you can see your reflection, girl, you look like, okay, I'm a mom, my kids are gone, but I got it going on and I'm good. So kind of do just a little bit. Now let's move on to option 2. Those are for my sisters who have some discretionary funds. The operative word here is some. So let's start with breakfast for them. Let's plan a nice breakfast. If you're by yourself, take yourself out to eat. I love doing that. I know some women have issues with that. I have none. 0. Probably got that from my mom. I will take myself out to go out to eat. And what I would do is, please do this. Select a restaurant. Doesn't have to be a high end, but select a restaurant that when you pull up to the driveway, it doesn't have grandma, grandpa, the great aunt, the great uncle, all the kids, mom and dad, sitting outside, out waiting for them to get a seat. Don't do that. Go to a restaurant where you pull up, you can walk in. Check and make sure you don't have to have a reservation. But the last thing you want to do is be sitting outside like common folks. That's okay. I'm just saying this is for a special reason. I want you to feel special. So make sure you make reservations, or if you don't have to, that you go to somewhere. You may have to pay just a tad bit more, but it's just you. Go to a restaurant where you're not waiting. You can just walk in. Now, another thing I would do is when I go to the restaurant by myself, I either brought a magazine that I've been trying to, look at, go through. Sometimes I would take my my planner, and I would just write in there like, okay, this is high level. And I'm not doing any serious thinking. It's just high level, but it's something that I'm going to need to do. So I take my planner with me, and I will be writing in pencil. Okay, this month I'm going to do this. Next month I'm going to do this. Okay, don't forget to make these calls, do this, do that. And I would do very high level in there. That way I can fill in the blanks later on. Because like I said, we really want to relax, but we just want to enjoy this time. So take a magazine or take a planner. It's kind of hard to do any kind of serious reading, but you can do short articles and stuff, and that's why I suggest a magazine. Now, if you want to, and you don't want to do restaurant during that holiday time, and you want to do like maybe breakfast at your house with a friend, don't make it difficult. Eggs, bacon, whatever you normally eat, but do something a little different that makes it feel a little special. Like, how about some champagne glasses? How about some mimosas? And if you don't participate in or partake in, adult beverages, you can do anything. Make it, I don't care what it is, just make it special for you. So if that is some special teas, I love teas. As a matter of fact, I have some in there already because Coffee Bean does a Christmas teas. And I love that when I start drinking a special tea and it smells good, that even before I drink it, I can smell it and it smells so good. So, but we mentioned before, if you want Martinelli, you can do that in the morning also. Mix that in maybe with some orange juice or something. So just whatever it is, just make it a little special. Just take it up just a slight notch, but without having to spend too much money. So next, we didn't have breakfast. Let's move to the afternoon for this second option group. Pampering. We love it. Most of us do. Can't say 100%, but most of us do. Make a hair appointment. Get your hair done. Maybe you make a pedicure appointment. Love that too. Especially those that when you go in, listen, mine, I'm not going to a pedicure. And the reason why I've been at this one for as many years as I have, because I love the relaxation chairs. I close my eyes. They put as soon as I get there, they got my water in there. My water is blue. I told you guys, I'm big on this scent thing because I need to relax. And I just sit in that chair, turn on that massage thing. And then whenever they get there because I am just there for the ambience and of course to get my pedicure done. But I want to enjoy the process. I don't want to be rushing and running. I do not allow somebody to be working on my feet and working on my hands and I'm crisscross. I don't do that. Give me one person, let them work on one body part at a time because I'm not trying to be stressed. I'm just trying to relax. So get a pedicure that day or sometime during that time. Or what about Coffee Bean? Coffee Bean, Starbucks, whatever floats your boat. Maybe some coffee places around your neighborhood that not one of the big ones, but still wonderful, nice environment. Or maybe you just want to go to juice it up. Just do whatever it takes for you to feel good, to you to feel special. That's the key to it. Now, if you have a friend, that's even better. A friend that can go with you. Now, they can't go with you to the hairstylist because everybody has their own hairstylist. But your pedicure, they can. And so it would be nice if you two can both go. Now, another place that does a pedicure that my daughter likes to frequent, I go every once in a blue moon. They actually can sell adult beverages there. So I've been there before and have a glass of wine. I thought, okay, I don't know if I want to do this in here, but I will admit that it was nice. Or then maybe you want to go back to someone's house for lunch, or you just want to go home and you just want to kick it the rest of the day. But let's go and move on to the evening time. So if you were with a friend, seek out ahead of time. If you or if you by yourself, seek out ahead of time some places that you can go and listen to some nice music, light dancing, nothing heavy. We don't want anything really crowded. If that's your thing, have at it. So it just depends on what your cup of tea is. Some people love to be around a lot of people, everybody having a good time. I got that. I can feel that. But for me, most of the time, I just want to go to somewhere like one of the big hotels that have, they have a room for, you can have some food there. It's quiet enough for you to have mingle and have some fun. But at the same time, they usually got a DJ, and after a certain time, they got a band. Yes, there's the overhead for that. Not bad. Okay, so where I am, it can average anywhere from $15 to probably about $30. Now, in some of your inner cities and stuff, it may be a little more money. So not a problem. Just plan for it. But I love that. So, because everybody's there having a good time. Now, make sure when you do pick a place, make sure you select a place that's age appropriate. Okay. So I'm a woman of a particular age. Okay. My daughter likes a little different music than I do. Some of it I can get into, not a problem. But I think for when I'm going out and I want to have a good time, I don't want to hear all of that music. But I do enjoy some of it. So let me say that. I do enjoy and I dance to a lot of it too. But I'm just talking about for a nice evening. I want people kind of like in my age group, just so, because we kind of, when they play our music, that old school music, oh no, you would think it's hip hop. We are all on the floor doing our thing and think we are just moving and grooving. So that's why I say kind of look for something that's kind of age appropriate, just so you can kind of really just have fun. And then hopefully too, maybe you'll meet somebody there, at least somebody to mingle with, and have a little fun that you don't have to worry about you're 50 and they're 30. That's not going to work well. So now let's move on to our third option. So this is for my sister who got some coins. But for this section, it is really, really, really going to take some advanced planning. So, but it's still great. But you're going to have to do this in advance. So if you want to go to concert, let me tell you something. Google is your best friend. You can do that now. Look for concerts in your area. Maybe in your area. When I say your area, I'm not talking about your local area. I'm talking about just your area, maybe your county. Look for some Google and look for concerts in your area. Do the same thing. Look for comedy shows in your area. I am close to 2, and they end up having some really, some really good people on. Kevin on Stage is going to be there shortly. And I forgot there was a couple of other people, but there was a roster of people for, and there'd be a roster during the holiday time. So the best thing that you can do, if you can, get on their mailing list. And so that way, you'll kind of know, but go take some time, just take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes and go through and look for the concerts in your area and look for comedy shows. One thing that I am trying to do, and so I'm trying to plan now to see if I can work this out, is I want to take one of those 3 to 4 hour dinner cruises. They go out of Newport Beach, they go out of Marina Del Rey, they go out of San Francisco, they go out of San Diego. And what generally happens is you get on these cruises, and some of them, like even when you come on, you have a little, they'll give you a little glass of champagne when you come on. Now, all of them don't do that. Some of them do. I am trying to get on those. And they serve like a 4 to 5 course meal. They usually have a DJ. That's what most of them said. I didn't see a live band, but they generally have a DJ with some good music on it. And of course, it's just the sea. Of course, it's a big, I guess they would be considered just big yachts. I don't know what they call that size. But I love the water. It is just something about me being in water where it's just me being this small, but looking at all God's beauty. And this reminds me how small my challenges are, because I look at this vastness and say, okay, I'm going to be okay. So that's one of the events that I am trying to do for the holidays. Now, I won't do that one by myself. So either I'll get a friend, male or female, to go with me. I don't think I'm gonna take my daughter on that one with me, because this is one, like I said, we even though she's an adult, I want some me time. I just want some alone time. So now those average for the 3 or 4 hours, about the average is only about $200. So, I thought that was, pretty good. Now, what if you want to take someone and they can't afford it? So let me say this, my sisters. There is always good when you're trying to help one of your other sisters. Not so much help them because they don't need to go, but just to kind of give them a nice gift. Yeah, if it's average $200 and that's $400, but we're in an option 3. So these are for my sisters who got some coins. Invite someone to go, do something special. Let that be a part of your giving back to someone to help someone else. My sister, bless her heart, does it all the time. If she wants to roll, she's like, okay, listen, I want to go and I got the tickets and I'll take care of this. And we just roll. We just get in the car and we roll. Of course, I take care of my stuff, but she, bless her heart, she's just a jewel. She's just a jewel. But she'll be like, let's roll. And we'll get in that car. We're headed to a concert. We are having us a great time. It is something about blessing others. It always comes back. That is just how God works. It just always comes back. So if you can afford and you got the coins and you want to bless someone else, please, if you do that, do the blessing unto God. Don't do the blessing with an expectation of something coming back. That's not how we work here. Bless somebody else and just trust me, it's going to come back to you. Now, a little shopping, anyone? I love San Francisco during the holiday time. Like, I'm sure they do it before Thanksgiving, all up until after Christmas. But I usually like to go after Thanksgiving, around the Christmas time. I just love seeing San Francisco with all the Christmas decorations. And I love this to go shopping and look at the windows. So if I got I'm in option 3 now, so I have me a little coins, I'm going to do some shopping while I'm in San Francisco. There are several little jazz venues around the downtown area, and I haven't even explored really out for some music. There is another place, but I can't recall what it is right now, that I didn't even know existed in San Francisco. So I'm going to look into that too. But even if I'm just downtown, now, you guys, the hotel's going to cost you a little money, but like I said, this is a special treat for you. So you got some jazz venue, you can do some little shopping. And of course, if you want to have the dinner, you got everything around you. But if you just want to stay in a hotel, stay in a hotel, because you still may, at dinner time, meet somebody in there. I always do. All cultures. So go and just have a great time. Now, this is a good one. Maybe you just want to jump on a plane and go somewhere. Now, I've looked into this too. If I can pull it, it's gonna be a little pricey. So I was thinking, doing this by myself. I wanted to fly to New Orleans. I've been there before, but I was like going on a cruise. I was in there, stayed overnight, and I was out. But I've always wanted to go back to New Orleans. Now, there is a singer, I guess that's what you call him, J.P. Morton. I absolutely adore him. So I've always wanted to see him. He is actually, I believe, from New Orleans. So I wanted to go to New Orleans, take care of what I wanted to do, and then go see him in concert. And I think his concert is on November the 25th. So if I do this, I'm going to have to pull. Don't know if I can pull it off, but if I can't pull off in November, I will try to see where else he is. However, I really wanted to do it when he was at home so I could knock out 2 things I wanted to do. So a little pricey, yes, because you're talking about airplane, you're talking about hotels, but I don't plan on staying out there long. I was just going to stay out there maybe about 3 days and then just come on back. Some great food because I love seafood. So, and to be able to see J.P. Morton in concert, it just doesn't get any better than that. That would be a perfect Now, if I couldn't even do anything else for the holiday, if I could pull that off, that would be outstanding. But some of you may want to jet on a plane and go somewhere and find something else to do. Doesn't mean you have to make it a long vacation, but just, find something a place that you want to go. Maybe you just want to chill out. But consider that if you can find somewhere that also has some good entertainment there, that would be great. Now, one of the things I wanted to say to you, this is just a tip from a person who has been there. Ladies, don't wait for others. If they can't go, that's okay. Go, make sure you have all the precautions in place. Make sure you're in a position to stay safe, okay? But go by yourself. I don't want you to get to a certain age and think, I wish I would have done this or done that. Go, do it. Even if you have to do it by yourself, just go, because I don't want you to have regrets later on. So just make your move. Now, my daughter is an adult. However, I am single, so I still plan. I plan everything. I never want to wait for somebody to have to ask me to go. Dang it, if I want to go, I'm just going to plan it. I'm going to budget it, and I'm just going to go. Of course, budget it. It's always great practice. Now, moms, I hope you have received some good tips to help you get started with this planning for Christmas in October. So we still, even though we're like on the cusp of November the 1st, I wanted to give you some things to think about, because even in November, you can start putting some things in play. You can still start checking, because you'll remember, Tamara has shared with me this, and do this. If I'm on the computer and I'm getting bored, let me Google this and let me see if I can find some entertainment. I got some time to plan if I want to go to a comedy show, whatever it is that I want to do that makes you feel good. That's what I want you to do. That makes you feel special. There's nothing like a job of a mom. I know people say that all the time. And yes, it's tiring. Sometimes it gets exhausted. It seems like I lived in a world of stress for many years. However, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Eventually, the kids grow up. I'm always reminding my nieces and stuff, they don't stay small forever. They grow up and they're like her. So, but they do grow up. So yes, we pour into our children. We give them the best foundation and the best structure that we can. And I said, but one day they will grow up. One day they'll be mothers, wives, there'll be husbands, there'll be dads. And so it is our job to make them great human beings. Okay, so that's what we do. So yes, our job is unbelievable, but it started when we conceived them. It started when we gave birth to them. So here it is, Mom. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I put up a new video. Until next time, we'll probably be done with this series, you guys, because October is almost over. Well, a day. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. Please, if you want to send me a comment, you have any questions or anything, let me know if you picked any tips out or some things that you're considering, or tell me what you found. If you found some concerts, some comedy, restaurant, just let me know. But even if you don't have a lot of discretionary income to do these things, you can find something. You can find not even one thing. You can find several things you can do that won't put you in a bind at all. So with that being said, thank you guys and be blessed. Talk to you later.
I can't even explain it. Nah, maybe it's a way you